there every single day, previous day's high and previous day's low. If we open in the lower half of the previous day's range, whenever you're sitting down in front of your charts, whenever your operating hours are, and it opens up your time to trade, if you're in the lower half of the previous day's range, you should always look for some kind of return back to the previous day's low. That's simple market 101. Like it's a normal thing for that to happen. But when you try to learn, or if you learn from other people that don't have to trade, they don't know that. And they're looking for all these complicated indicator settings and all this confluence of all this dumb shit that's supposed to be overlaid on your chart that is a distraction. The only time I'm laying things over top of the chart is I want your eye to go to what it means to me when I'm watching price action. I am not wanting it to trade up here. Once it does all these things in here, I want to be in on the trade because I know it's getting ready to take off. The very next candle, what does it do? It opens and off to the races we go. And then we create what? Another opportunity for it to create a volume imbalance in here. So I'm expecting price to, it opens, it trades back up into this candlestick's range. So this big down close candle, it's not that big in terms of range, but in reference to, in relationship to all the previous candles' ranges size, it's a large candle. When this candle opens up here, I'm watching to see it dig back up into this candle. I am trusting that it's not going to go back under the upper half. So I just want to get in any portion of this lower part of this candlestick. Watch my fill. See it? Here's the low of that candle right there. It opens and it's digging into this portion of the range. I want to add to it. There you go. Selling more. And then I get another opportunity here. What's it digging into? The volume imbalance. I want to be filled there. As the candle's going up, I'm filled it right there, bang. And then what does the market do? Rolls over, energetically runs right below some random level, the previous day's low. And there it is. That's my fill. Look closely, folks. Look real close. This is the stuff I love. I love twisting the knife in the guts of the trolls. See that fill? That's one tick from the low. That's one tick, baby. You're talking to me like I don't know what I'm talking about in the comment section. But I'm proving to you that I am the #1 day trader on the fucking planet. Not YouTube, the planet. So I was making a reference over here because Patrick Wheeling, who I like, I genuinely do like him. I don't watch his stuff anymore. But he left a comment in this video saying that so a breakout of a bull flag, or that was the NASDAQ trade, not this one. A breakout of a bull flag. Nice. So you've been watching my course. That was some funny shit. I shared that post with my private mentorship students. Anyway, I don't trade bull flags and bear flags. I fade them. And you look at the executions, I'm actually getting in at the levels that I teach that are absolutely not bear flags. And I don't use trendline breakouts. But it's fun. I love the banter back and forth. It's fun. Some people in the past have taken things too far and did terrible things. But I can have fun ribbing the next guy. And I can take a good ribbing too. It's fun. It makes it fun. I don't look at every little snide remark as a personal attack. It's fun. It's nice. It's like shop talk. And the people that worked on the floor, they did this shit all day long. And when you're in the locker room of the football players and baseball players, it's the same thing. It's just like when you're on a construction site, you're working. You're not going to be patty cakes and pats on the back all the time. You're going to mess with somebody because it's to get the juices flowing, to ruffle the feathers. It's fun. But tell me how that logic right there, I couldn't have made that any better. To get that exit price, I have to have the fill that the low of the candle forms. It's only one tick. It's one tick difference. So anticipating this large range is down, incoming in the recording, is because we were approaching Monday's low, and it's going to dig aggressively and fast to get down there and get those orders. Because as it's going closer to that previous day's low, anyone that has their stop down there has the ability to do what? Quickly say, I'm getting out and I'm going to protect myself and remove the order. Think about it. You would probably do that same thing. You've probably done it many times. The few times you actually use a real stop loss, you start thinking, oh no, I got to get out of here. Let me take the stop off. But anyone that's short, they need those orders to be there to get out. So the first run into them is always going to be fast and sudden. Boom, sudden, real quick. Because they don't want to let them pull the order. And that's the signature that when I am saying I'm expecting speed, I want to see distance and speed, or I want to see the magnitude of the move to increase right here. I'm indicating that I'm expecting the pool of liquidity that's next in order of business going lower or higher. They're going to quickly run for that because they are not going to let them pull those orders. So as the algorithm delivers lower, 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 when it gets in a proximity of this low, it will naturally speed up. What does that mean? It does not matter how many people are coming in to buy it. And it doesn't matter how many people are selling short. That's why when you're watching price, it's here, then it's here, and you think it's took a long time for that 1 minute candle to do all that. It's gapping down. It's very speedily dropping, and it keeps offering lower prices, and it gaps lower and lower and lower and lower. And inside these individual candles, look at them, study them. If you have access to do like a 1 second chart, 5 second chart, you'll see it's porous price action. It's not a smooth one single candlestick of movement going lower. It's jumping and skipping down there because it needs to get quickly down below that previous day's low. That's a mechanism that's coded inside of the algorithm, which cancels out all the tomfoolery bullshit that people say from myopic perspectives with their head up their ass and listen to people that don't know what the fuck they're talking about when they say it's buying and selling pressure. That's moving price. That is absolutely not it because it's spooling here. It's jumping and skipping real, real fast to get down to those orders. It doesn't need but one contract to book that price. One contract. That's all it's doing. It's going down here no matter how many people are buying and selling it. And the sooner you realize that, the easier this becomes. But you're arm wrestling me. You're arm wrestling me, think you're going to beat me into submission to your idea. Bullshit. It's never happening. You're not trading like me. You can't see these things before I can. You can't execute them like I can. But I'm going to believe your dumb shit. That I left that school of thought. I left that 30 years ago. Well, not technically 30 years ago. About 26 years ago. Think. Think. If it's logic, that's sound, and it repeats, then you should be able to go in the charts and see it repeating. What is it doing over here? And once I say this, I'm done. I know I say that a lot, but I'm starving. I have hunger cramps right now. We have a low, a lower low, and digs in one more time. Right in here. So it's absorbed all of the liquidity below Monday's low. And then it rallies up. Liquidity. Easily digs into it. Into here. Easily above the relative equal highs. Then back down. When you start studying the price action like that, who's at the most vulnerable position right now? Who's making money? What are they targeting? And how can they upset them? And why would they being upset be profitable to some other entity out there? Okay. Well, going below Monday's low, buying up all the sell side with the expectation that you're going to run the highs over here. I don't even know I had this on here. This is obvious, right? I mean, this is so obvious, and that's what you need to be panning through your charts, Caleb. When you start seeing these things like this, these are the easy, low-hanging fruit objectives. They just cannot hide them from you. They are the setups that are just like 1 or 2 or 3 a week. They're the easy ones. You want to start looking for them. And then as you get better, you'll be able to work on smaller ranges and the things that you use when you're trading these bigger ones. You're just going to use it because it's fractal. You're going to use these on the smaller price runs. And you'll have sheer precision that evades everybody else. Everybody else. And you are thinking that this can't be done with a live account because somehow I'm afraid. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of that. Stuff repeats. But I cannot get out here and entice you with real money. I can't. I don't want to do that. I'm not going to do that. But when I'm executing in front of you, you're going to clearly see in the lower left-hand corner, it's going to say paper trading. And you're going to still see people out there saying, yeah, but it was paper trading. It was paper trading. And they're going to see these types of things delivered. And my question is, who can come out here and do the same thing? Explain beforehand, what it's going to do, why it's going to reach there. That your stop loss is where I'm going to be placing mine. the logic behind that we'll be repeating from the logic that's already been shared. Or if you think you know what I'm doing and you're doing it and you claim that you can do it with a live account and it's always a live account with you, please let me watch you. And I don't mean that to be condescending. I absolutely love watching traders. I love it. I don't care if they're using a different school of thought. I don't care. I can appreciate a trader. I've done this my entire life, and I just wish that there was more people out there willing to do it. Like, I want to see it. I love it. I think it's amazing. I'm not a sports fan. I'm a price fan. Like, I am a fan of price. And if other people engage it and they want to make it, if they want to share it with other people, oh man, I'd love to sit in and watch that. I would never talk smack about anybody that does that. I've never been in anybody's live stream ever. It's never happened where I've said, that's bullshit, that's blah, blah. If they said something about my own stuff, I'll correct them. But I have never talked down about anybody else's stuff because it's rude. If they're trading it and they're making money, who am I to say anything about that? I'm completely confident that I don't need to say anything about what they're doing because my stuff is superior. I don't need to go around and bark about it. But in my own content, I have every right to do that. And people come to my house and act like I shouldn't talk the way I talk. Like, you're a guest in my house. Don't tell me how I'm going to act. I'm going to act the way I want to act. Go somewhere else if you don't like what I'm teaching or talking about. But that's the business there. And I think that's enough for one day. It's going on 1 o'clock. I put some hours in with you today. I sure hope those payments come in for all this stuff. I have to get me a Tic Tac here and call it a day. So, if you liked what you've seen today, if you learned something today, give it a thumbs up. Even though it doesn't look like you can't do it, I see them. It's still there. So that's your little feedback. But I don't need to show it to everybody else. You can see everybody's, they usually thumb it up a lot. And we'll be back at it again tomorrow. I believe, let me make sure I say this right. Today's Tuesday, Wednesday. We might do a Wednesday afternoon session because I have plans on Thursday. So Thursday will be a definite early session. So we're definitely going to close shop Thursday at 10:30. And there's no chance of that going longer because I have a family member here that only has enough time to spend with me in the afternoon. So I have to make sure I get done, get cleaned up, have something to eat, and I can spend time with them and before they fly out. But so yeah, we'll do Wednesday afternoon. I'll start the stream tomorrow at 1:30 p.m. Eastern time. So I'll probably sit in tomorrow. Some of the people I like watching live stream, I'll be watching them while I have breakfast or whatnot. And then I'll start my stream at 1:30 tomorrow. And then we'll go probably till the close. I'll aim for the close unless it's something like, if I'm satisfied with tomorrow's discussion and we want to close earlier, or if I want to close earlier, then I'll do that. But just expect 1:30 tomorrow to 4 o'clock. So we'll worry about what price action is doing in the afternoon tomorrow. And then we'll meet up then. So 1:30 tomorrow. Until I talk to you next time, be safe.